It's the first stuff I love for 2017. I've been a shocker. I didn't do one for December. I didn't do one for January. And I'm not including my December or January. You're just going to miss out completely on the things I loved for December and January. They were crazy months anyway. And I didn't keep a list. For those of you that haven't watched one of these videos before, I keep a list throughout the month of things that I have loved or appreciated. And it helps me to remain really positive about things that happen and to remember the small things. I know it sounds a little bit odd to do a video on the things that I love, but I really enjoy the positivity of it, and it puts something joyful and happy onto the internet, because how many ranty things I hate videos are there? There's so many. So on to the stuff I love for February. These are in no particular order. They're not the greatest things to the least greatest things. It's just as I've listed them out throughout the month. So the first thing I loved, according to my list, is my dad came to stay. And he doesn't stay with us very often. We've only got a small house. He has to sleep on the couch. Anyway, he came to stay with us for about a week, and it was fantastic. And between Dad and my mum, they're what got me hooked on sci-fi and Star Trek and Star Wars and all those kinds of shows. So I've been able to slowly bring Dad into some of the newer things. So while he was here, he binged the entire 100 series. It's on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, go and see it. It's still filming. There's new episodes coming, so keep an eye out. I also got him into Shetland, which is not sci-fi at all, but he agrees with me that the actual footage of the vistas and the views are phenomenal. Like, the actual show is great and the cast is great, but the cinematography in it is fantastic. I really just love it. Makes you feel like you're there. I've probably talked about Shetland before and another stuff I love, because I do love Shetland, but I got my dad to love Shetland as well. So I got to share things that I love. My T-Fury shirts. You know my shirts? I always get them, well, I mostly get them from tfury.com, and at the moment they've got these mystery grab bag tees where for $6 US you just pick your size and you'll get some random t-shirt. So I've got a little package of those on their way. Because I need some more t-shirts. I hope Tim's not watching. He thinks I don't need more t-shirts. Anyway, I love that they're $6. This month, being February, is the month of my anniversary with said Tim. We just had 14 years, so we'll see if he survives the next 14. I'm not sure if he will, but we had a wonderful, wonderful day. Abby was away on camp, which was something else that I loved for February. I don't love that she's not here. I love that she's off doing something that's fun and exciting, and then she comes home and tells me about it. But anyway, she was away, so we actually got to have our anniversary where we went out. Some shows that I loved in February. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, you would know that I fell down to a Santa Clarita diet-shaped hole. It is gruesome. I'm not going to lie to you. It is absolutely gruesome, but hilarious. And there's some fantastic actors in it, and I'm not giving anything away at all. Go and watch it. It's great. So go and see Santa Clarita Diet. I binge watched Ascension. It's been on my list for a little while. I haven't watched it, and it was like, go and see it. There's like some serious twists and turns, and I'm hoping that there's another season. I haven't done any research in to double check it's being filmed, but gosh, I hope so. It was very good. Something else I loved was last week I had a big play with the Instagram Live from my phone. I set up in the lounge room and I pulled some crochet into my lap and I just chatted with people. I think I was on for quite some time, worked out what some of the limits were. I did decide that while I really do like the live, and I will keep doing it, I am going to be including a live video through YouTube every now and again, because then it's saved and those of you that don't get a chance to see it live can at least watch it, whereas on Instagram you just plain miss out. You've got to be there or you miss it. So while I love that, because then I can be cheeky and naughty and no one records it, if I want everyone to see, then I really should put it on YouTube, right? That's my logic, and that's what I'm going with. The other thing that I love for February was I built a shelf in my kitchen. Again, I popped it up on Instagram. There was a very good reason for this shelf. I wanted to be able to put my Surface Pro up on a shelf in the kitchen so that when I'm cooking or dyeing or whatever, that I could still have my Netflix shows going, because, you know, I like to have the Netflix shows on. So, yeah, I built a shelf specifically for that. Had to get the neighbor over to double check I wasn't drilling into any power, because that wall's got some power points and things on it. So, and I've got a stud finder and it picks up studs as well as electrical lines, and it was going a bit crazy. So I wasn't sure what I was getting. So guy next door came over, he's a builder, so trust the builder. Get him to help me knock some holes in to double check that I wasn't gonna, you know, kill myself. So that's some of the stuff I loved in February. I will start keeping a better list again for March. I'm sure there's going to be some great things. I've got some good events coming up in March. Click like if you like this video. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any of my videos, make sure you tick the little bell and it'll bring up some options for notifications for you. It's time for you to fill your universe with Fiberific fun. Off you go. I'll see you next time. Bye.